How you doing? My name's John Sikoris, and this is Sharif Sikoris, and we're the owners of Titan Medical Center.
You have no idea what's coming.
Alright, what's going on, guys? Alright, listen to me. Welcome to Talking Smack, okay? A lot of you guys are still asking me about steroids and SARMs and this. Dude, you have your needs, go there. Right there, look, Titan Medical. Go there, okay? They got a lot of shit there, alright? And it's not just steroids. So they got a lot of good stuff there. Talk to them. Work shit out. A lot of you guys, instead of buying shit from the Momo in your gym, is selling you fucking ass water in a bottle, telling you it's fucking testosterone or some peptide. Go talk to them, alright? They'll get you the real deal. You just gotta do it right. You get a fucking blood test, get this, so you can go right in front of a cop and shoot yourself and you don't have to worry. You're covered. Enough said. Listen, everybody knows that guy Matt Porter died, okay? Do I know him? Did I know him? I don't know if I know him or not. Okay, the reason why I say that, I don't know, is because I meet everybody in this industry. I mean, I fucking do. Everybody, okay? But at the same time, I don't remember yet. Now, I think I did know him. The reason why I say this is because I actually have an email. In your email, the addresses and shit, they stay there. So if you emailed somebody 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 4 years ago, whatever, that email address is in your thing, okay? So if I click on MP, I'll come up, there's one that says Matt Porter on my email. So I'm saying, holy fuck, I must have emailed this guy, because those are the only people that I emailed. So I might have met him throughout my travels in this sport over the years. So I don't know. But this rant is not about Matt Porter, okay? And God rest his soul, all right? This rant is more about the other side of things, okay? The people left behind. Now, keep in mind, my girlfriend is very good friends with Chanel, okay, who is Rich Piana's girl, all right? And I'm very good friends with Chanel. We talk to her a lot, a lot. And, we stay in touch, okay? Let's put it that way. A lot. But I myself identify, when Rich died, with Chanel. I also identify with this guy Matt Porter's wife. See, I'm almost like really hurt over this because of the wife, not because of Matt. All right? And the reason why I say that is because I had a girlfriend who died at only 26 years old. All right? And I held her dead body, and I remember how fucked up it was. She was here like this and gone that quick. Who knew? And nobody knew. It wasn't like she had heart problems for a while. The one thing that Piana and his guy Matt had in common was they both had medical issues before. Piana had heart problems. Okay, he had seen a heart doctor just a week or two before they died. All right, same thing with this guy. Okay, he had blood pressure and heart. Everybody saw this. The Matt Porter's wife left this whole speech on his thing. I'm not gonna read it. Some other Momo who has like 1 million followers read that shit. That's what he does. He reads Wikipedia pages and other shit. That's how he gets his content, not stuff that he makes himself. But anyway, that's not about that. I'm not here to read that. I'm here to talk about what it's like. Some of you know what I'm talking about. When you're left behind, you're the one left behind. Whether it's your mother died, whether it's your father died, maybe both of them are dead. Both my parents are dead. Okay? Grandparents, both my grandparents, all my grandparents are dead. They died, but I never even met my grandfathers. Both who died before I was even born. And my grandmothers died, I have best friends that have died and everything. So, I could speak. And then my mate died. All right, my girlfriend died. So what I'm trying to tell you is, death is a tough fucking thing to deal with, guys. It's not easy, man. It's not easy. It's really tough, and the little saying that I just put in before this rant started, okay, go back to the beginning. Maybe, you could read it again, okay? That actually helped me a lot, okay? It helped me with my father, my mother, my girlfriend. It helped me a lot because I had to realize, that is death the end of everything? I'm not going to get religious, guys, but I can tell you I believe that there's something more. Now, we can debate this from now to kingdom come, okay? I believe there's something else, all right? Now, I've had little things happen with me, and I've told the stories in Generation Iron. I will tell them again. A lot of you have heard them already. I will tell them again, though, but I'm not going to tell them here. I've had little things that make me feel that there's something else after this. But you have to believe, if you didn't believe that, imagine if there's somebody you love, whether it's your parent or your grandparent or somebody that you know that died, and it's the end, man. It's just the end. Like, you want to believe that maybe you're going to see them again. You want to believe that they're here watching over you. You want to believe that. Now, I know a lot of you guys are like, dude, sorry, it just lights out, it's over, there is no hereafter. Maybe you're right. Maybe you're right, okay? But maybe you're wrong, too. So, we don't know. There's nobody on this planet that knows for sure, all right? Because even the atheist, when he's laying in a ditch dying, he has God to help him, all right? So, let's talk about the reality of things. Dealing with death, I feel bad for that woman, Matt Porter. I was actually grieving this shit, and not because I met Matt, because I feel for the wife. You got your little baby. He's never going to know his father. Okay, he's going to know stories, he's going to see pictures, he's going to hear different things. He could watch videos of him, but he's not going to know him. He's not going to throw a baseball with him. He's not going to do the things that I did with my father. You know what I'm saying? And the wife, man, you know what that's like, being left alone and seeing your mate die right in front of you and seeing their dead body, holding him, kissing him. I remember kissing my girl, and she was cold like a stone, man. You know what I mean? And I that actually helped me, okay? Because when I kissed her, I said, man, my girlfriend was a very affectionate girl, And I was like, yo, she's not there. There's no way that she's there, because she would have kissed me back. And I felt there was an emptiness. It was like kissing a stone outside. It's like if you went up to a cinder block out in the fucking, in your backyard or something, you kissed it. You know what I mean? That's what it was like. Hard, cold. And I said, I remember when I was identifying her body, I had a sister with me, and I remember saying, yo, she's not here. She's not here. Feel her. That's not her. Okay? She would have kissed me back. She would have looked at me. She would have hugged me back. That's not her. She's not there. What I knew, the person that I knew, was not in that vehicle no more. And sometimes I wonder if that's what we are, just a vehicle. You understand what I'm saying? Just a vehicle. I tell the story all the time. I remember Joe DiMaggio, okay? He came out and he threw a ceremonial baseball pitch just before he died at Yankee Stadium. And the ball went like 5 feet and just hit the ground. And you could see him, he was not too happy about it. And later on, they had him up in a broadcast booth, right? And they asked him, they said, listen, hey, Joe, how about that ceremonial first pitch, huh? You threw it, it hit the ground and stuff, and they're laughing and everything, just kidding around with him. He was very upset about it. He said, listen, I got to tell you, I'm upset about that. And he said, why? It happens, what are you upset about? And he said, I got to tell you something. He said, you see this? This is my vehicle. He said, this vehicle doesn't operate right anymore. He goes, it doesn't work right anymore. But inside this vehicle, my soul, me, the me that's inside here is still that same guy that used to roam center field at Yankee Stadium, catch baseballs up against the wall, and throw guys out from center field and home plate. He goes, inside, I'm still that same guy. He goes, but this body just doesn't work right anymore. I got that. It makes me wonder. And he died right after that, by the way. It makes me wonder, Is that really what's true? You see, I look at Rich Piana, who puts so much into his body, and Matt Porter, who put so much into the body. I'm not talking about drugs, guys. You start to say to yourself, their body betrayed them. Their body betrayed them, okay? Because they had so much soul. Where does that soul go? Where does my mother, and my father both, but I mean, my mother was like me, and my father was totally different to me. Okay, but where does that soul go? Where does that personality go? The person that you love. You ever have somebody die close to you? You know, their personality, what made them them? Each one of us is different. Okay, we're not as, what's his name would say, cookie cutter. We're not all the same. Every one of us has a different personality, a different little thumbprint there. Where does that go when you die? Does it just go in the air and just dissipate? Is it just a light bulb that turns out? You know what I mean, like that? Really? Do you really believe that? I would believe that if we were all the same. Do you understand that? I would believe that if we were all the same, but we're not. There is definitely a soul there. We definitely have a soul. That's why I got my personality, and you got your personality, and your mother's got hers, and your father. That's why everybody's different, okay? Everybody's different. Because each one of us, even though we all got the same organs in us, we're made of the same shit, okay? Each one of us is different. Each one of us is not the same as the other. There's a difference in every single person on this planet. And that, I think, is the soul, okay? I believe that. But where does that go when you die? Is that what makes up that personality? If we were just a hunk of fucking flesh and blood, okay, wouldn't we all operate the same? You know what I'm saying? If we were like something that was manufactured on a fucking, on a fucking, on a line, and wouldn't we all be the same? Wouldn't we all be the same? Each one of us has a different soul, a different personality. When my mother died, I said, where did that personality, that energy that she had, where did that go? Why is her energy different than my father's energy? You know what I mean? So to me, listen, I'm not getting religious. Some of you may say, well, that's the Lord Jesus Christ, and listen, I'm not gonna lie. I believe in that, okay, in Jesus and all that stuff. That's just me, okay. We're not going to get into that, okay? That's not, I don't want to even put that in here, because I'm throwing that out. No religious shit here, okay? So, but isn't scientifically, every one of us is different. We're made up of the same shit. But each one of us has that little piece different, that little soul that makes our personalities different. Just telling you, what is that? Again, I don't know if it's just lights out. I don't know. But I have to believe that the fact that we all are different and we're all made the same way, there's got to be something there, the soul. And that soul that we have must, does the soul just die like everything else, or does it go on? I don't know. See? But I can tell you this. I feel bad for when these people die like that. The Rich Piana, I feel bad for Chanel. Okay? And his parents and everything, but I felt bad for Chanel. When this guy just died, this Matt Porter, he wasn't my friend. I knew Rich, but I didn't know him, okay? I don't know him at all, but I knew Rich. I feel like, personally, I feel her, I know what she's going through. I remember when my girlfriend died, I couldn't think straight for the longest time. I felt like I'm never going to meet anybody else, not like her. We clicked on every area like this. See, in a relationship, you got to fill each other's gaps like that, okay? That's what makes a relationship, okay? Is when you fill each other's gaps. I could say a word and she could finish my sentence. Even my girlfriend now, same thing. I could say a word. We fill each other's gaps like you wouldn't believe, okay? I could say something. She knows what I'm thinking. I know what she's thinking. You become one. You really become a unit. Okay, where does that go, bro? When somebody dies, this guy dies now. Now this poor girl is stuck with he had a business, his, family. He was the father of the. You can't help but look at the little kid. I'm sweating here. Sorry, guys. Just came out of a tanning bed. You can't help but say, man. You know, look at that little boy. He's not going to have his father. And as a mother, you know, that breaks your heart. You not only lost your husband, but you lost the father of your little kid there. You know what I'm saying? The guy he was the master link. He kept that family together. He's the one who, you know, had the fucking, the business, and he was the one who really basically, you know, ran the family. So there's a lot there. So I kind of feel, you know, I feel really bad. I hope you guys don't mind. I'm going in a spin here. All right, this is not, you know, again, this is not a tribute to that guy, you know, Matt Porter. You know, I mean, now God knows, God rest his soul. Right? There's enough guys making tributes to him and talking about, you know, stuff and the loss to the body. It's not a loss to the bodybuilding community. Give me a break. They're not going to mourn anything. They don't give a shit. You heard that about Rich Piana and stuff. It's not a loss to the body. It's a loss to fucking his family. It's a loss to that woman. It's a loss to that little boy. And it's a loss to the human race each time somebody dies. Whoever it is, okay? I don't give a shit about bodybuilding. Bodybuilding is a fucking... We'll get into that in a minute, okay? But bodybuilding is shit. This is humanity here. I'm just speaking here. I just figured I'd throw a little bit at you. Give your brain a little bit of something to think about. You know what I'm saying? Again, we're all made of the same shit. Okay? We are. We're all made the same. Each one of us has a different personality. And I'll never forget when my girlfriend died. It was like unbelievable. I mean, I think, you know, I was super close with my mother, but that hit me almost even harder in a different kind of way. Because, you know, my mother was sick for a while, and we kind of knew it might come. But this girl I was just with her, you know, like, boom, boom, like that. Like that. You understand? It's just like Chanel. She's over there doing it, you know, she's cutting Rich's hair or whatever she was doing. And, boom, he hits the ground. Next thing you know, boom, he's dead. You know what I mean? You know, Matt Porter, same thing. He's in a room, calls his wife. She comes over to him. Next thing you know, he's dead. You know what I mean? I understand that, bro. You know? I understand that. My girl, like this. She's here 1 minute, dead. You know? I thought it was a joke. I didn't think it was real. But now you're holding the bag, and you gotta move on. And how do you move on? We'll talk about that for a quick second here. All right? How do you move on? My advice to anybody to move, you know, that has to move on, you have no choice, right? You can't, there's nothing you can do. You can torture yourself all you want, but that's not going to bring your loved one back, okay? It's not going to happen, bro. They're gone. It's not going to change. They're gone. They live now here in your heart, okay? There's not a day that I don't think of my mother or my father. You know, and I don't mean just a quick thing. I talk about him. I think about him every day, and my girlfriend. Okay, Julissa. It is not a day that I talk to my girlfriend about it. There's pictures in the house of her, and obviously my parents and everything. But how do you move on? Well, you have no choice. You have to grieve. You know, I forgot what there was an old saying that even heavy clouds need to release a little rain sometimes. You know, in order to clear the day. So you gotta cry. Crying is good. It cleans the soul. You gotta let out your emotions. You can't keep your emotions back. You know? I told you in one of my drug fucking rants, I told you about my girlfriend who died. When she died, her mother, you know, was we were sitting in a church, and we're in a funeral thing there, and the mother was real tough, and she started crying like this, and her sisters come running over, in Spanish and shit. They're sticking Xanax and shit in her mouth, and the mother spit the Xanax across the room like this, and she told her sister, "What are you doing?" She said, "That's my kid, and she's dead." She said, "I have the right to grieve. Don't try to take that away from me." So you don't need medicines, okay? You don't need a Xanax or any medicine to make you so chagad that you don't remember any shit, that you can deal with this, okay? You need to deal with it on your own. You don't need to be medicated to cope with this. You have to let it out. Holding it back in and being medicated so you fucking, get so chagad that you don't think about this is not good. That's not how you deal with death, okay? You gotta let it out. You have to grieve. You've got to cry, okay? You can't just say, I'm not going to think about it, I'm going to put it away. No, don't do that, because eventually all bones get washed up when rain comes. You understand what I'm saying? And you're going to fucking regret it. So I want you to understand how important it is to face this. It hurts. Yeah, it hurts a lot. Okay? And even though I can tell you this too shall pass, it will pass. It will never, you'll never be able to, you'll be able to cope with it and deal with it, and you will be able to put a square peg in a square hole. You'll never be over it. Nobody's ever over it. I still have dreams today that my girlfriend's still alive and she's hiding from me. I still have dreams that my mother's alive and my father's alive. I haven't a lot. You know what I mean? I'm like, yo, you're dead. What are you doing? Oh, no, I didn't really die. They thought I was dead. Whatever. You know what I mean? We got to cope with it. You got to deal with it, okay? You don't need a medicine to make you so numb that you don't feel the hurt. The hurt is part of the cleansing process. So let yourself clean out. Let yourself feel the emotion. Let yourself cry. Let yourself get it all out, okay? Get it out. It's important. Even if your mother's been dead 10 years and you've never cried over it, go in a room somewhere and think about her. Get on your knees and let that cry out. You'll feel a lot better, bro. You'll feel a lot better. Okay? It's good. It's good. It cleanses your soul. You can't avoid things. It's natural. Okay? It's natural for you to be hurt. It's natural to feel that kind of pain. It's natural. It's part of the life, man. It's part of living life. It's going to happen to all of us. It's the one thing we all have in common. You know, just like we were all born, we're all going to die one day. Okay? And people around you who you love are also going to pass. And you're going to have to deal with it. Nobody is exempt from that. All right? So now, all I'm telling you is, you don't need a medicine, and you got to grieve. You got to let it happen. In time, I know it's impossible. You think, no way, I'm never going to be able, my life will never be the same. It may not, but it will be, you will live again. And your loved one would want that. They wouldn't want you sitting there torturing yourself because they're gone. They'd want you to get up and go forward. That's how life is. You got to get up and go forward. You can't just sit in a pool of misery and pity and just sorrow. That's not going to solve anything. You're just torturing yourself. And guess what? That person you love is still gone. So if they were here, if Matt Porter was here, he would tell his wife, listen, concentrate on our son. Keep my memory alive. Talk to him about me. Let him see pictures of me. Let him hear my voice on some of the videos you have. Let him know how much I loved him. Show him pictures of me and him together. Keep me alive in your heart. That's what Matt Porter would tell his wife. Now, I may reach out to her and see if there's anything I can ever do if she ever needs somebody to talk to, because I've been there, okay? I've been on her side. I hope all of you watching this can get a little something out of this, what I just told you, okay? If somebody dies, don't not talk about them. Talk about them. Face it. Look at their pictures. It's good. It's good for your soul, too. And it keeps them alive. All right? That's the best I can tell you. I'm talking from experience here, bro. I'm almost 60 years old. I'm going to be 60, okay? I'm 59. So, listen to me, all right? I'm speaking from experience. You young guys maybe haven't experienced it yet, but you will. I'm sorry. You will. You know, one day your parent or somebody you love is going to go, and you're going to have to face it. And medicating yourself is not facing it, okay? Cry, get it all out, face it, and keep that person alive here. Don't not look at their pictures. Don't not talk about them. Don't act like they never lived. On the contrary. Again, Matt Porter's wife, Rachel. I saw her name is Rachel. I hope. Anyway, I hope that she just keeps him alive. It's going to be hard right now because she's so grieving. She's so hurt, and her whole fucking life is upside down. But there's nothing you could do other than get up off that fucking floor and fucking pull your fucking pants up, go forward, and keep Matt alive to his child, to yourself. He lives in your heart. That's what I want her to know, and that's what I'm going to tell her. He lives in your heart. Show his son, Matt, show him his father. Keep the father alive. Even if down the road you meet somebody else, always keep that man alive. He lives inside you now. Okay? Alright, guys, listen. We're going to talk about something else. I'm sorry I went on this fucking rant. If you don't like it, you could have skipped to the other part I'm going to talk about in a second. But I think this is important because I think everybody's going to face death, somebody that they die, that they love in their life, and they're going to have to fucking deal with it. And too many people medicate themselves. Too many people try to avoid it. Too many people think, we're not getting religious here. You want to get religious? Some of you people are like, oh, Jesus with Jesus and God. Whatever. Okay, that's fine. I'm not against it, okay? I do have my own beliefs in that. Then there's going to be others out there's no God, there's no this, the science proves it. The science proves nothing. Everybody thinks that until they're in a ditch, fucking with their back broken and they can't move. Alright. Let's talk about something else. Matt Porter, rest in peace. Alright, now, listen. We'll talk a little bit about Arnold again for a second. I got to clear a few things. Like a lot of guys are asking me questions on the comments. I want to tell you something. Alright, is Arnold a hypocrite? First of all, they're asking me. Is Arnold a hypocrite if he wants drug testing? Yes. But is he right? Yes. Okay, so, yes to both. He's a hypocrite, but at the same time, he's right. There needs to be some sort of testing. Number one, guys are dying, and guys are getting sick, and it's too ironic that everybody has kidney problems, liver, heart. It's too ironic. Okay, it's too ironic. And, I have a friend who's like 5'1", 5'2", he's a pro bodybuilder, he's a bodybuilder, and he fucking, in the off-season, he's 255. I mean, it's human being has not evolved, okay, since when I was younger, in the Arnold days. Human being has not evolved. It's the drugs, okay, it's out of control. That's what Schwarzenegger's trying to say. They're out of control. Okay, now, obviously, drug testing will kill bodybuilding. It won't kill bodybuilding, it'll kill the IFBB, because somebody else will start an organization and not do drug testing, and some other organization will come in. And I already know organizations that are dying for the IFBB to pull this shit so that they can fucking come in. Alright, I'm not going to get into that, but just trust me, it will be the end of the IFBB. I don't think that they will do that. But what they may do, and what I think Arnold kind of might mean, is that he wants to probably put the kibosh to insulin, peptides, growth factors, this shit, growth hormone, diuretics, things like that, things that can kill you. Now you may say, nobody's dying from growth hormone and nobody's dying from peptides. The shit is out of control. Insulin, yes, they have died. I know 2 guys that died from insulin, okay? And I still think, I don't give a shit what anybody says. I still think that Dallas McCarver, the insulin didn't help him. Taking 50 fucking IUs or whatever the fuck is that. The average diabetic takes 4 fucking IUs, okay? Neither here nor there. I don't give a shit what you think. What you no, that's not true. That's not true. That's a rumor. I don't give a shit. I'm not saying that did it, but I'm saying I got my own opinions on shit, okay? I don't want to get into that. I don't fucking want to get into that. I'm just telling you that the guts today are big, not because of growth hormone. They call them GH guts. But they're big because of fucking insulin and eating monster amounts of carbohydrates because of the insulin that you're taking. You know what I mean? So you need the sugar to bind with the insulin. You can't take insulin and not have zero sugar. You're going to fucking die. Okay? You put yourself in an insulin coma. And it's a great way to commit suicide. Just overdose with insulin and you die like that. But that's neither here nor there. I think that Schwarzenegger wants to put the kibosh to those kind of fucking drugs, which I'm all for, okay? If we went back to the Schwarzenegger days where guys were taking, some D-ball, some tests, some Primabol, and, that kind of shit, Anavar, like those kind of things, that's a different story, okay? But to stand there and be, take all this fucking insulin and shit, it just doesn't look good. And the physiques are out of control. And every year the guys are getting bigger and bigger and bigger. I remember when Dave Palumbo was like 300 pounds. He was the biggest fucking guy around. You know what I mean? Now everybody's 300 pounds, for Christ's sake. Guys my height are 300 pounds. I'm 5'6", 300 pounds. I was 275, okay? I was 275. I didn't do growth or insulin or anything. But if I did, I'd probably be fucking 300. You know? Look. It's not good. And the physiques look really bad with these guts today, and they're so overblown, and everybody's so huge. So I think what Schwarzenegger's going to do is, if there's obvious synthol use or even local injection, where you can see like, dude, look at it, you can see it on some of these competitors. I think they're going to probably score them down because of that. And I think that maybe they may drug test, especially with diuretics. You could die from that shit. It's killed people before. I think those are the kind of things, okay? I think I could be wrong, dude. Guys, listen to me. I may be 100% wrong. I may be 100% wrong. But bodybuilding today is not bodybuilding. It's body modification. It's not sports, bro. Bro, listen, the bigger you get, the less athletic you are. You see a guy like Morgan Ast, you say, oh my God, he's so big, he could probably kill you one punch. Dude, he couldn't fight to save his fucking life. All you have to do is fucking smack him a few times, move around. After 10 fucking 15 seconds, he's gassed. You'd kill him. I'm just telling you. All right? I'm telling you, the bigger you are, the more you lose your athletic ability. This is a fact, bro. Maurice Pujanowski had to lose 75 pounds. The guy that you saw in the ring didn't look like the guy that lifted up those big concrete balls because he couldn't fucking breathe. You get gassed, bro. These guys, Greg Kovacs used to sit with a little fan next to him like this, and it would blow on him. You can't be that big. That's bad on your heart. It's bad on your fucking heart. You can't do it, guys. Listen, I've already said this. If you took two guys and I cloned them, and this guy, number one, is 6 feet tall and, let's say 300 pounds of blubber. And this other guy is the same, his clone is 6 feet tall or whatever, the same thing. And he's 300 pounds of muscle. The guy with 300 pounds of blubber is probably going to live longer than the guy with 300 pounds of muscle. And then you say, no way. Okay, fat gets in the organs and the arteries and everything like that. But fat people live a lot longer than these super jacked guys because the heart has to pump a lot harder to keep 300 pounds of muscle going than it has to pump for fat. I know you don't believe me. I know you probably think, oh, Valentino, come on, bro. It's a fact, bro. I'm just telling you. You can't live an old... How many old men do you see that are super jacked? There's some old men that are jacked, but they're not huge. They're real built and hard and built like that. But you don't see many. That's why all your pro bodybuilders want to retire. You ever see what fucking Dennis Wolf looks like now? You ever see what fucking Paul Dillette looks like now? You ever see what Mustafa Muhammad looks like now? Or Tom Prince looks like now? Or even Arnold, what Arnold looks like now? All those guys, bro. You can't stay big. You're not gonna... You won't live long. You will not live long. Dave Palumbo, I will tell you. Why do you think he's not 300 pounds anymore? You can't live long, bro. It's not going to happen. And what I'm trying to tell you is I think Schwarzenegger's trying to figure a way to get the sport back to fucking... It's out of control. It's body modification. It's not bodybuilding. Okay? It's not athleticism. These guys are like this. After doing a double bicep pose into a most muscular. Got your hands on their hips and they're breathing. Some even bend down like this because they can't breathe. Heck, imagine in a fight. Holy fuck. When you're really getting... And a guy's coming at you. That's why those UFC guys, they're not big and jacked. You fucking crazy? Not like bodybuilders big. You won't remember him. He's big. Nah, he's not like a bodybuilder, bro. See him in person. Okay? What's he fight? Middleweight? Or whatever the fuck, light heavyweight? Whatever the fuck. Get out of here. Come on. Even Brock Lesnar had to lose weight to fight. You can't fucking do it, bro. Schwarzenegger wants to get the sport back to where it was. Now, I don't know for a fact what he's going to do. Again. But I do know that something has to be done. All right? I'm not for drug testing. I am against insulin. I am against all that other shit. And like Dave Palumbo said, testosterone's one thing. Anabolic steroids are one thing. They're anti-wasting. Because you start fucking around with peptides and a lot of growth and you got some sort of fucking something in you, like fucking cancer, you're throwing kerosene on a fire. I'm just telling you. It's the fact, bro. You could say, no, it's not true. Dave's talked about it, and it's a fact, okay? The sport has gotten out of control. That's why they started a classic physique, because eventually they're going to fucking, you're going to see they're going to make the freaks go lower and lower. Now, they're going to score them lower and lower, and they're not going to fucking, be anything, because they can't. It can't. It's not good. You got to almost kill yourself today. And to eat that much food, talk to Jay Cutler. Jay Cutler will tell you. It's hard to eat all that food and take all that shit and everything. It's not good on your system. Palumbo just talked about that. Dave and I have had a gazillion conversations privately. We're good friends, But I'm saying, he's just even really talked about that. Like I said, at bodybuilders, we take risks. We take all this shit and put all these chemicals. You know how many chemicals a bodybuilder puts in his body for every fucking process? To even stop cortisone, to start, boost your metabolism, to get energy, and burn fat. You're fucking with the heart, Clenbuterol, bro. Clenbuterol fucks with the heart, all that shit. So I think what Arnold wants to do is douse the fire. I would be shocked if he does steroid testing like that. I think what he's going to do is they're going to ban certain things, peptides, even like local shots. If you look like you're taking, if your shoulders, arms, whatever the fuck look like you've been shooting, whatever, I think things like that. I think the insulin, if you see any gut, I can tell you now, Arnold's against the gut. Okay, everybody knows that already. He's made no bones about it. Arnold's against the big gut. So I think right now, if you got any guy that's jacked and has even a little bit of a gut, and let me tell you something. You may say, well, who the fuck is Arnold? Let me tell you something. When Arnold talks, the IFBB listens. This is a fact. You'll see. Oh, would it be hypocritical if you got rid of all drugs? You're never going to make the IFBB natural. They won't. They can't. They'll kill the IFBB. But what I do think is that he's going to put the kibosh to diuretics and the things that I just told you. That's what I think. It's body modification today. It's not bodybuilding anymore. In Arnold's day, it was bodybuilding. Today, it's body modification. Think about this. If Arnold was around today, he only competed at like 225 and shit. He'd be like fucking 10 pounds and change off of, he was like 225, 222. He'd be 10 pounds off of fucking being in the 212 class at almost 6'2". Give me a break. The human being hasn't evolved since the 1970s. The drugs are out of control. And it's temporary muscle anyway. The minute they go off, they're fucking Pee Wee Herman. Look at how big Dennis Wolf used to be and look at him today. Come on. All right. All right, guys, listen to me. I want to help you, okay? I really do. I hope you don't mind my rant here about the debt thing, okay? But I want you to really sit back, and it's going to happen to all of us. And I really want to keep this talking smack about life, about what we can do to help ourselves as people get better. You know what I'm saying? And dealing with debt, you have to deal with it. Too many people medicate themselves, and again, I have to believe that we all have a soul because we're all different. Each person's different. You're different than maybe your girlfriend, your father, your mother, your sister, your brother, your aunt, your uncle, your cousin, your husband, whatever you are. Okay? You're different. You have what makes you you. What makes you you? Okay? Different from everybody else. What makes you unique and you? I think it's your soul. That's me. So I believe we have a soul. And I believe that in somehow or some way, that just doesn't, it's made that way and it goes out somewhere. I don't know. I'd like to believe there's a hereafter. Okay, for me, I want that. I've had some fucking experiences. What makes me believe it? We'll talk about that. But I'm just telling you, all right? And as far as grieving is normal. We've got to grieve. It's part of fucking dealing with debt. But keep that person that lives here, and it's up to you to keep that person alive. And don't fucking hide it. If your parent dies and you still have never coped with it, go in a room somewhere, cry, let it out, go look at their picture, and tell them how much you love them. Put them here in your heart, because they live on that way. They live through you. All right. And as far as Arnold goes, again, I like to recap. As far as Arnold goes, I think he'd be a hypocrite, yes. I think they'd ruin the sport, yes, if they did total drug testing, but I don't think he has that in mind. I could be wrong. I do know Arnold, okay? I know him personally. I don't think he has that in mind. I don't think he's going to go there. I think they're going to put the kibosh to a lot of things that are making these guys ridiculously huge. And it's a good thing. That would be a good thing. Go watch Pumping Iron. It still fucking motivates you, you know? You can watch all these freaks, Morgan Astor, that, like this and shit. It's just not the fucking same, bro. When you watch Arnold in his day, and he stands up and he just takes that shirt, and the body looks so beautiful. It's not the same. Sorry. I like those days. Remember, I competed in those days. I stepped on the stage in 1976. Where were you? I know where you weren't on this earth, because I'm older than most of you people watch this. A few of you guys my age or older, but still. All right, listen, I want to help you guys. If there's something I can talk about, something that's really going to make a change, and we can do something, I want to help each and every one of you guys. You know, I want to help you deal with things. If you have somebody who died and you need help, talk to us. Let's talk about it. This is how we move on. I don't want to sit here and talk about bodybuilding all day and all that. I do this is a bodybuilding channel. I talk about training on my training show, Old School Training. I'll talk a little bit here about it if it pertains to something that, you know, is going to help us. But I like to talk about, you know, us as us. You know what I mean? I want to help you guys. Telling you. I really do. I want this to, you know, I want to make this talking smack here is for you. Alright? Or for you to get something out of. So put down any questions or anything you got or whatever you want to talk about, a subject that you would like for me to cover here. Not something stupid, please. Okay? And if it's a training question, you can put it down here and I'll talk about it in my training show, the Old School Training. That's where we talk about training. Okay? But I want to do 2 shows with training. The show's not about training. The show's about you and your life and dealing with life. Gabish? Alright, with that said, you know what I'm going to tell you. Alright, be good to your girl. Be good to your wife, your significant other. Be really good to your fucking kids, bro. You better pay your child support. If you owe child support, go pay it. Be the man. Step up. Doesn't matter what she's doing with the money, like I always say. You pay it, one day your kids are going to look at you as the hero. Even right now, if they're not talking to you and stuff because she's poisoning their mind, if she's taking that money and she's spending it on her boyfriend or whatever she's doing, that's all right. Let her do it. Okay, you're giving that money. One day when your kids say, hey, what happened? You say, hey, here, look. I gave a little money right here. Okay, I got proof. She took it and she squandered it. That was your money. Let them tell her, my father paid all those years. You son of a bitch. You're the hero. I paid, even when I was locked up, my ex-wife got it. So, anyway, be excellent to yourselves. That's really important. Don't beat yourself up over shit you can't control, okay? All you do is when you take a hammer and you beat yourself like this in the head with a hammer and shit, come on, guy. You're just hurting your own head. The situation remains the same. Step up, go forward, put your big boy pants on, alright? Just know that I give a shit. You want something we could talk about? Put it down here. We'll help you. I want to help you. Alright? That's why I'm here. That's why I'm talking about this. I don't give a shit what goes on in bodybuilding. Give me a break. Alright. You know what I'm going to tell you. Stop fucking around, you fucking Momo. But I love you. Alright, guys. I'll see you next week. Sorry for the rant, but hey, listen. Put your comments down. Tell me what you think. Oh, rest in peace, Matt Porter. And God bless his wife and kids.
At Titan Medical Center, we are here to make you feel better, look better, and perform better. We're here to get you to your optimal levels in the most natural way possible. We are a boutique-style clinic without the boutique-style costs. All medications are monitored and prescribed by a physician. Let us help you get the results you've been wanting. Come to Titan Medical Center for the most cutting-edge therapies and the most current information on how to take the most natural approach to your health.